Hi and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie. I am a mom to a beautiful baby boy who is about to turn 1. And so before I really jump into this video, we all know why we're here. I do want to remind you that I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional. I am simply a mom who did a lot of research, who spent a lot of time with, my own trials and tribulations. And so I do want you to remember to go speak with your OBGYN, speak with your child's pediatrician, and you'll be able to really find answers to specific questions that you may have about your journey throughout this journey. It really is a journey. So thank you for being here. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that beautiful stuff, and let's jump into this video. So ultimately, this video is all about preparing for baby, right? And so the first thing you should do to prepare for baby is do your research. I did research before anything, and I mean, you're doing it, you're here, so you're off to a great start. The teacher in me told me when I was gonna have a baby to prepare, right? Be prepared for any sort of outcome. And that's really how it is when you're breastfeeding, pumping, whatever it may be. When you're having your baby, you really don't know what to expect. So you have to be prepared for everything. And so first place you may look is TikTok and Instagram, right? You find out you're pregnant and you immediately start following people, start looking up different things, and you just are trying to relate to someone throughout this journey. That is normal. Go ahead, you can find some great lactation consultants that are on Instagram and TikTok, and they'll just be posting these little tips. Follow them. Why not, right? As much information as we can get. But one thing that I do want to remind you is that all these different things that you're going to see online are just tips, right? Even this video, your experience is going to be so different from everyone else's experience. So don't get overwhelmed with the information. Also, be careful that you don't start getting some anxiety. I know that I did, I almost over prepared. I looked too much into it that I saw all the possible outcomes, and possible outcomes are not always positive, right? And so I did get pretty anxious at one point postpartum. So I do want to warn you, while having information is great and we want to be prepared in that way, I don't want you to do too much to where you are now overwhelmed, because you can see a billion different things on the internet and your experience is going to be just that, your experience. Okay? In addition to TikTok and Instagram, there are also different courses that you can take, right? So go ahead and take those courses. Part of that is the reason why I'm making this video, right? I took some free consultations at my hospital, and something that they told me was, you can take these before, you can take them after. They helped me out. They gave me some information, some that I applied, some that I didn't. So we're gonna get into some of that. So as you do your research, the next thing you should do is check with your insurance. What does your insurance offer you? I mentioned lactation consultations, right? Taking these classes. There are classes online, there are classes in person. Whichever one you prefer, you can find them. But as you're looking for them, check with your insurance. Give your insurance a phone call and let them know, I'm pregnant, I'm having a baby. What do you have to offer me? And they'll tell you exactly what they have to offer you. Another thing that you can do through your insurance also is get your breast pump. I specifically use the website Aeroflow Breast Pumps. It was super easy to do. You go on there, you make an account. They ask you for your basic information, your name, your address, all of that, right? You create your password. This is your account. The next step is they'll ask you for your insurance information, right? Your member ID or group number, whatever it may be. You input that information, automatically the website customizes itself to you. And it tells you everything that your insurance has to offer you. So without making that phone call, you can automatically see everything online, and it's free to do. Okay, so you input that information. This is what I did. I input the information, and immediately they told me I qualified for those lactation courses, and I could enroll in them right there on the website. Again, those would be online. If you wanted in-person ones, or if you found a consultant that you want to go work with, then you would have to see if they directly approve or accept your insurance. Okay, it's obviously going to be separate than the website, but there are those options out there. You just have to look for them. Now, going back to Aeroflow breast pumps, the website says it itself, right? They offered me my breast pump. Okay, as soon as I put all of that information in there, they showed me all of the options for breast pumps, which brings me to our next topic. Choosing your breast pump is so important. There are lots of breast pumps to choose from. If you started to change your Instagram algorithm or whichever social media, I'm sure you're seeing all of these advertisements for all of these breast pumps, and you're asking yourself, which one do I get? Now, if you're going through a website or if you call your insurance company, your OBGYN might even tell you, let's order your breast pump, right? Through your insurance. But you want to make sure you're getting the one that is best for you, the one that you like. Your goal at the end of the day is to take care of your baby. So if you want to just go for the one that is completely covered by your insurance and it costs you $0, go for it. At the end of the day, it's going to get the job done. It may work a little differently, but it's going to do what it's supposed to do. So that is a perfectly okay option. Everyone's insurance covers different things. Everyone's insurance works a different way. So again, talk to your insurance company. What I did, the one that I would recommend, is the Spectra S1. You've probably seen it. It is very popular because it is very good. It is a strong breast pump that is very quiet, which is good for the nighttime pumps, right? You have to pump at night. And so that is amazing. Now, you've probably also seen the Spectra S2. Basically, the easy way to know the difference is the Spectra S1 is blue and the Spectra S2 is pink, right? They work exactly the same, okay? I have both, so I could say that with confidence. The really big difference though, and it is a big difference, is the Spectra S1, the blue one, is portable. So you can charge it and then you can unplug it and take it with you wherever you're going. That is super convenient. Okay, you have no idea. The one that I ordered was through Aeroflow. So I did use that website, and when I put all of my information in, I did have to pay $60 out of pocket for that pump. Now this is a pump that costs well over $200. And so paying that $60 to get what I believe is the best pump, again, that's my opinion, that was worth it to me. So you can easily go for the free pump, whichever one that is, through your insurance. But for me, $60 was good, considering I was able to move around with it. Now, the Spectra S2 would have costed me less with my insurance, right? The retail price for the Spectra S2, the pink one, is around $160. So it's a little bit less. But ultimately, I wanted the blue one, right? I wanted that option for it to be portable. So I did get the Spectra S1. The reason I have the Spectra S2 is because a coworker of mine gave me hers. And so I was able to use that one, which has to be plugged in for it to work, at work. So while I was at work and I had to pump, I used that one. And that was perfectly fine because there was no, what if I have to move while I'm at work, right? While I'm at work, I'm pumping, I'm just pumping. I'm sitting there pumping, probably on my phone. That's it. I don't have to move around. Now, when I'm home, there are certain times where I was, okay, I have to get up really quick. That Spectra S1 definitely helped me out with that. Now, again, let's see. If I were to tell you to use Aeroflow, right? You're going to get the whole package the same way you would get if you were to purchase this pump at a place like Target or on Amazon for its retail price. So what does that come with, right? It comes with everything that you need. It comes with the pump itself. It comes with the charger or the adapter, depending on which one you get. It's coming with the breast shields. It's coming with the tubing, the duckbill valves, the backflow protectors, the storage bottles. It comes with everything that you need for the pump to work. So the reason why checking your insurance was super important for me to include as one of my first tips is because a lot goes into breastfeeding and pumping, right? You want to have that research, you want to have those consultations, but every 3 months you also have to change your pump parts, okay? That's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that comes into it. This is pretty much what the pumping kit comes with, and you can see that it says it's for the Spectra one, but it comes with the tubing, right? The duckbill valves, nice and new bottles. It comes with everything that you'll need to actually pump, okay? And it's super important for those things to be clean because we're giving this to our baby. And as much as we clean it, our pumps have all these different parts to it that can very easily get dirty. And it's very difficult to actually clean it properly. So you may say, oh, I'll sterilize it, I'll boil it, I'll soak it in soap. That's beautiful. You're gonna do that. I did that for those 3 months. But after a while, you're gonna wanna replace them and get new ones the same way you would replace your baby bottles. So with a website like this, and there are different websites you can use, this is just the one that I used. They reminded me and they did all of the work for me with my insurance. The next thing I want to talk about is wearable breast pumps. I found that I did not have an immediate need for a wearable breast pump, so I did not get it before baby was born. I prioritized other things, okay? As I began to leave the house more and I was pumping more often, which we'll get into more detail with my schedule later, probably in my next video. The wearable pump made it easier for me to go places where I wouldn't have to stop so I could pump or find a room or anything like that. I do live in New York City, so I will say that they do usually have a place for me to go pump, but I don't always want to have to stop what I'm doing and go there, especially when I'm with baby by myself. It's just easier for me to put the wearable pumps in and go. But I also wasn't doing all of this going out for long periods of time like that while baby was still young, which is why I say you can wait to get that, okay? It is important to note that most insurance companies will only cover one breast pump during your pregnancy, right? If you happen to get pregnant again, you could then get another one. And depending on your insurance company, they might say you have to wait a year, right? And so when you're choosing a breast pump, I personally wanted to get that powerful pump like the Spectra S1. And because it's portable, it's the closest thing to a wearable pump. Like I said, if I have to go get the remote, turn off the stove, someone's at the door, the baby cries a little bit, you know, I can move around and just carry my pump with me. Is it the most convenient? No. But I've also used it in the car, you know, on road trips, I used that. On the airplane, I used that. When I had a wearable pump, why? Because they are the most powerful. Your big pump is going to be more powerful than your wearable pump. Now, with that being said, however, wearable pumps can go from $100 to more than $400. And that's because the ones that are more than $400, they may be wearable, but they're also bigger. And they technically are supposed to replace that other pump, right? They do the job of that big, powerful pump, which is why you're paying more money for it. If you are going to use that one, the wearable pump, as your primary pump, that is the one you're going to use all the time, then okay, I understand why you want to use one that's more expensive, that's over $400. If it's not going to be your primary pump and it's just for those little moments where you're outside and you didn't have time to pump yet, then I would say go for one that is less expensive but still gets the job done. That's what I did. The pump that you use, remember, makes a difference because once you give birth, anything that you do regarding your two friends here, they are going to impact how much milk you make. So the pump that you use, you want to make sure that it's the best pump. The larger pumps, they may be annoying, but they work the best, okay? So just keep that in mind. With that being said, the wearable pump that I got was the Mom Cozy M5. You can buy one, so it's just one for one side for $120, or you can get two, so one for each side, you can use at the same time, for about $200. When I bought them, they were on sale for the Black Friday sale, and they had a coupon, and so I got both of them for $90, which was amazing. I paid less than $100 for both of them. Now, Mom Cozy, they always have coupons. Look for coupons on their social media, on their website. Purchase them around the holidays. Again, this isn't the one that I recommend getting before baby is born, but get it as you see you're doing more things with baby, and it provides you with a little bit more convenience. You may also see that Mom Cozy sells the very popular Mom Cozy S12. Okay, this one is bigger. It's also a wearable pump, but it's bigger. When I was buying a wearable pump, it was important for me to get one that was small and that I could easily throw in my purse and have it there with me. They come with these little sacks that you can just, you know, cover them with while they're in your bag. And so that's what was important to me. So I got the M5. I got the smaller ones. Are they a little bit less powerful? Yes, right? They are. I'm not going to tell you that they're not. The reason why they're bigger, the S12 is bigger, is because they have more power. Okay, so again, it goes back to what are you using it for? How often are you using these wearable pumps? And then that can help you make your decision. There are so many. Some insurance companies may actually help you with your standard pump and your wearable pump. Call your insurance companies and find out. So the next thing I want to talk about are some breastfeeding and pumping essentials that I bought. The same way that you've probably heard, oh yeah, do you have a birth plan? And how birth plans may or may not always go the way you plan. Breastfeeding and pumping is the same thing, okay? What I mean by that is you don't know how well baby is going to latch, and if baby is going to latch at all. Just like we don't know how much milk we're going to produce right away. So we can only prepare so much. For this reason, I don't want to talk and make a whole video that tells you to buy this whole list of things that you may never use. There are some things that you can wait to buy depending on how your journey goes. But then there are some things that I think you should buy before to be prepared for those what ifs. Let's get into that list. So the first thing that you may need is nipple cream and pumping spray. This all depends on if you're going to exclusively breastfeed or if you're going to exclusively pump. You'll know which one you're going to do once you get to know baby and baby gets to know you. Okay, if you're exclusively breastfeeding, get the nipple cream. The same way that you put lotion on your body, that's how you're going to use nipple cream. Okay, you're going to, it's going to become part of your routine. You're going to put it on after you shower, before you go to bed, maybe in the morning when you wake up, maybe in the afternoon. You're going to just put it on there to bring some comfort to your body that's really going through a lot. The one that I liked is the Earth Mama Organic Butter, nipple butter. The reason why I like this one, it's under $10. It lasts a long time. And also the consistency of it is a little bit more oily than creamy. So it really, really helped with everything that your body's going through again. You can find it on Amazon, you can find it in Target, you can find it in all the baby stores. It did not have a bad smell, and again, a little goes a long way, so it lasts a long time. If you are exclusively pumping, I would say get pumping spray. Pumping spray, it's an actual spray. All you have to do is spray a little bit inside of your breast shield along the flange. So you'll spray it and then you'll just rub it around all the edges, so you're sort of lathering it there. It's going to help with any friction that may occur when you start pumping, okay? The one that I used was the Legendary Milk Pumping Spray. It's all natural, it's safe for baby. It is $16, but it lasts a long time. A little goes a long way. Again, it's oily, so you just barely spray a little bit and you can rub it around. You don't have to, you know, put multiple sprays in every pumping session. So the reason I say you only really need one, either the nipple butter or the pumping spray, is because They both essentially serve the same purpose. They are there to condition your body as they are going through something that's new. Now, if you are exclusively breastfeeding, but you pump once a day, get the nipple butter. You're going to use that more during your breastfeeding journey, and you can use that same one along the edge of the flange the way you would with the pumping spray. That's why I like the Earth Mama one, because it's more oil-based rather than cream, so it very easily serves the same purpose as the pumping spray. Now, if you are exclusively pumping, get the pumping spray. You can use a little bit of that onto your nipples because they are organic, right? It is safe for baby. It's all natural. So you could interchange those two. Why buy both when you can buy one? We are ultimately here to save as much as we can because baby's coming. The next thing you may think about getting are some hot and cold therapy pads for your breast. These are mostly needed if you are trying to produce more. Heat helps you produce more. You may also use it if you're producing a lot and you feel like you may have a clogged duct. Heat will help with that as well. The cold helps with the pain that comes after a clogged duct, right? Sometimes it may happen if you start actually increasing your milk supply, or if you just had a large milk supply from the beginning. It's possible if you're not pumping enough or feeding enough. So these pads do help. Now, the ones that I used were the Lancino hot and cold breast therapy packs. It's a pack of 2. It comes together about $12. You can get them again Amazon, Target. You can get them in pretty much any baby store where they have baby products. Do you need them right away? No, but eventually they may come in handy, like I said, when you're producing more milk, if you're producing too much and not expressing enough. So it did help me at one point. I did have a clogged duct, and so it did help me with that. Similar to the hot and cold packs, we have a massager, right? These help move things around for that same reason. But honestly, simply pushing outwards with your hands in a warm or hot shower does the same thing, or at least it did for me, okay? So you don't have to buy it unless you want to. I did buy the Frida 2-in-1 lactation massager, and I liked it. But honestly, the only time that I used it was after I had a clogged duct and I was just scared of having another one, and I found myself just using it all the time because of how painful a clogged duct was. I'll talk about avoiding those in my next video. But did I actually use it as often as I feel like I need to buy it? No, I don't think it's one of those things that you need to buy before baby comes. You buy that if you notice that you are someone who's overproducing and don't have the time to always express as often as you may need to. Then maybe that's something that you would want to add to your list. But do you need it before baby? No. So let's jump into stuff that you definitely need. The very first thing that I always recommend to my mom friends are the silverettes. If you plan on breastfeeding, I will tell you now that the first few days are going to be very hard. In the hospital, you may have a lactation consultant come to see how you're doing, or you may not. Either way, they won't come as soon as baby is born. In my experience, a baby boy was born laying on my chest, and one of the nurses came and said, try to breastfeed, and I just tried to breastfeed because baby will be hungry when they're born. Chances are, because neither of you have done it before, it will hurt the first time, and maybe the second time, and maybe the third and fourth time. Okay, but these silverettes are really all you need when you're going to the hospital. You don't want to take a whole bunch of stuff, but the silverettes, you need them. I unfortunately forgot them, and I needed my husband to go get them, and thankfully he did. Even the nurse said, do you have them? And then I remembered, and I sent him home immediately to get them. Basically, It's you take them and you put them inside of your nursing bra or pumping bra, whatever it is that you have, after you nurse baby, immediately after. So even if you're not chapped or they haven't cracked or you're not bleeding, even if there's nothing wrong and everything is fine, it was just your first time, put them on. It's going to help you with preventing pain as much as it's going to help you after any possible pain that comes from it. Okay. I again did not have it in the beginning, so by the time I put them on, they were already in pain. They were already going through it. Okay. And so I immediately put them on when he brought them, and within minutes, I swear it was like magic. Within minutes, they were fully healed. They were not bleeding anymore, and it was like nothing happened. They were ready for the next feed. When baby is a newborn, they're going to want to feed every hour and a half, 2 hours. And so as they're feeding that often, you want time for you to heal. Otherwise, by the time you give the next feeding, it's just going to be even more painful, right? So I would say go for them. There are different ones. There are different brands of Silverettes. I got the original Silverette, which I found on Amazon for $60. It was one of the pricier things that I got. I did put it on my registry, but it is so worth it. It is so worth it if you are committed to this breastfeeding journey, because the pain is a new pain. It is a crazy pain, and you're going to want to fight through it, and this is going to help you. The next thing I would say to get before baby arrives is pumping and nursing bras. Again, because you don't know if you're going to be nursing or exclusively pumping before getting to know your baby, I would say just start with the pumping and nursing bras, the bras that have both options. As the time goes on, you may see that you just need pumping bras. I'm exclusively pumping, I'm going to use just pumping bras. Or you may see that you need just nursing bras. I'm breastfeeding, I'm nursing, so I need nursing bras. And as you buy different ones, you're going to see which ones you like, which ones provide you with the support that you want, which ones are comfortable for you, depending on the material. There are so many out there. The ones that I felt were the best quality were the Kindred Bravely Nursing and Pumping Bras. They can be pretty pricey, but they have a bundle option online where you can buy 3 and you can mix match different styles. You can try the different styles before you purchase more, and you can try the different colors. So it's a different option. I like their quality, so I would recommend those. Something else that I would recommend, because these bras can be costly, is to buy only a couple of these for those days that you're going out and you want the best support. Or it's a holiday, or it's a birthday, or again, we're leaving the house. We're actually leaving the house, so I want to wear my good bra. I'm sure some moms can relate to that. The reason I say this is because as your milk supply is growing, whether you're pumping or breastfeeding, your hormones after having a baby are all out of whack, and you can leak at any given moment. I have leaked through nursing pads, okay? And so with all of that, these bras are going to get worn out. You're going to be washing them every day. Sometimes it would only last me through the night and I have to change to another one, which also means you're going to need more than just 1, 2, or 3, right? And so buying the cheaper options, they sell bundles on Amazon of different types, different styles, nursing, pumping, thick strap, thin strap, whatever you are looking for. They have packs of like 5 or 6 for $30, $40 on Amazon. Get those. Let those be the ones that you wear at home. And then you get your more expensive, nice ones for those days where, again, you're going out. You want to wear a nice one. It's going to provide you with better support, because the cheaper bundles, they are cheaper. They are, you know, less quality. They're more for hanging out at home, which you're going to be doing a lot with your newborn anyway. So my advice to you, you're going to need more than just a couple. So get some of those less expensive packs That way you can change through them with no problem, and then get yourself some nice ones too. Nursing pads, I just mentioned them as I was talking about the nursing bras and pumping bras, and they're super important. You can either choose to get the reusable ones that you can wash or the disposable ones. It's up to you. A lot of insurance companies will actually cover these too. I mentioned that I used the Aeroflow website, and they would send me nursing pads along with pump bags, right, for your breast milk bags. And it was just included in it. So check with your insurance. They'll probably send you some. You might get some from the hospital, or you can order specific ones that work for you. The next thing that I would say to get before baby is born is the proper flange insert. When you choose the pump that is best for you, you want to customize them to you, right? And that's what flange inserts do. The flange insert goes inside of the breast shield to make it smaller and make it a better fit for you and your body, so that there's less pulling or friction against that edge while you are pumping. The right size is going to minimize pain, and it's going to improve your milk flow, which is going to increase your milk supply. Pumps typically come with 21 millimeters or 24 millimeter size flanges. So you need to know your size, because a very small percentage of women are actually 21 millimeter or 24 millimeter in size. And so there are courses online that you can take to find your flange size, but I use this tool by Legendary Milk that you can very easily find online and print it out on your computer. It's ready to print, and you cut it out and you just measure your size. They even give you instructions on how to do it there. Now, you may not be confident in whether or not you measured properly. That is why they also have an option on Amazon for you to buy different sizes to try them out. There is a set online that has sizes from 13 to 18, so that you can insert them into your flange size and see which one you're most comfortable with. If you measure yourself and you measure around 18 or around 16, get the size down that size and a size above in a pack on Amazon. They sell packs for under $10. It's an investment that is worth it, so that you find what's comfortable for you. Again, it's going to minimize the amount of pain that you go through, and the proper size is going to help increase your milk supply. That is our goal as mothers. Some bottles. Now you might say, why do I need bottles before baby is born if I plan on breastfeeding? And the reason why is you don't know how your breastfeeding journey is going to go. You don't know that baby is going to latch right away. You don't know that your milk is going to come in right away. And at the end of the day, baby has to drink milk. Baby has to eat, right? And so if this happens to you and you happen to have to use a bottle, you want to use a bottle that resembles the breast as much as possible. That way, baby will easily latch onto you as you're practicing, and they're able to drink from the bottle. So the bottles that I found that were the best, that worked the best for this, were the Lancino bottles for a newborn and the Man bottles. Baby drank from it with no problem, and it did not change how breastfeeding went for me. Some people may never use bottles in the beginning, and that's okay. I needed to. The specifics as to why I needed to, we'll talk about in the next video. But I sort of want to just let you understand how I prepared for baby, and I was so happy that I bought these bottles. So that is it for this video, guys. Remember, I didn't want to give you a big list of a whole bunch of stuff to buy. I'm giving you the stuff that I did buy, that I didn't use right away, and you can honestly wait to buy later. And I also wanted to tell you the stuff that I would say to get to prepare for baby, for all of those what ifs as you go throughout this journey. In my next video, in part 2 of this video, I am going to actually tell you a little bit more of what my experience was like actually breastfeeding and pumping for the first time. what I learned through my research and what worked for me to increase my milk supply. And I'm also starting to wean now, so I'll even let you know what that's like. So please stay tuned for my next video. Thank you for staying this long if you're still here. Now make sure you like and comment any questions that you have. I'll try to answer them for the next video, or just leave a comment below and I'll answer it in the comments themselves. But please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss part 2 of this video. To all the mamas, congratulations and great job taking that first step and doing some research as you prepare for your baby.